It's the kind of thing, you know, we're straight out of that dirty South, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks, whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know, we're straight out of that long week working now. Everybody wanna party all night long, bonfire on the back 40 in the middle of nowhere. Nobody going home tonight till we're straight out of moonlight, straight out of moonlight. Woo!
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. This week, we've got a pair of teams who come in on different paths. So with kickoff approaching, let's send it over to our commentators here this afternoon, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Austin Desperados. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Let's go! Green 30!
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
All right, here we go. Blue landed! Blue landed!
They go play action here on 1st down. Finding time. He's going to float this one. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
You have to love and admire the effort because he almost broke free in the backfield, but you also have to love and admire what the defense did. Swarmed the play and made sure he couldn't get anywhere. A loss of yardage.
And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. They'll look to throw here, and he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Here's Thomas. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
No matter what defense is called versus a running play, linebackers are telling the defensive guys up front, you take care of the offensive line, keep us uncovered, let us run to the ball, we'll make big plays. Well, that paid off there. All the guys up front, the big fellas, they controlled the 5 offensive linemen. That allowed the linebackers to see the openings, sprint through the gap, and snuff that play out in a hurry.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and just like that, it's third down. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
First down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down. They run with Thomas, and he'll be taken down at the 34. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time. And it paid off on that play.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, and they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. They'll set up to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Good play here. 3rd down and goal from the 2. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So with 4th down looming, Dan Quinn sends out his field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
And now back out comes the offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Another pistol look here. Now Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Here we go now.
Looking to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end.
No. Check. Patriot. Detroit. Set. Clean. Philly. Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. And that play was what every defense is wary of. The big strike attempted downfield, but they were in excellent position. They didn't get fooled. And while he didn't come up with the interception, was able to bat the ball down.
Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. He's going to get the football. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
They'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Falcons will extend their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Green 39, Green 39. Here we go, check. Green 39. Green 39.
They're going to look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his target, Fuller. And a gain there of 11 yards. Time to step aside. Back with more after this. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
He's going to look deep down the field. And it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Yeah. Can he put it aside? Let's find out. One receiver left. That's Allen.
All right, here we go. Boom, let's go. Boom,
now they'll throw here out of the gun. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So 2nd and 10 here. Back to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Out of the gun now on third down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He'll look to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
All right, here we go.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these 2 teams. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Detroit!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Here we go now.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
They'll set up a throw. Going up top. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Here we go now.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On the ground, this is Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
Let's go. 3-19.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Open man, it's Allen. Give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Shift together here from the D-line. They run it again with Williams. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
All right, here we go.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It goes as a gain of 8 and it moves the chains.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to look for... Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. 30 yards on the pickup there. And that'll set him up now 1st and goal. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Go! Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Leopard.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it's 3rd down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
All right, here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Gun.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it, and now 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Lambeau will put this one through, and they are on the board. It's now 9-3. A decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Back now in Austin. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and short.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1.
That was a nice pickup, some chunk yardage there. Some of those big yards downfield with a little bit of rack thrown in there, a little run after catch. And it came on a crossing route. I can just hear one of my friends who won 4 Super Bowls as a quarterback always said the same thing. What route does a defense hate? Crossing route. Hate it, hate it, hate it, because it's hard to change direction when they get going full speed in the other way.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. So they're going to go for 2.
All right, here we go. 3, Leopard! Leopard!
They'll try and throw for it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And here now the offense heading back out there. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe
that. Super toe.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front, they moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Now let's go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Leopard.
They come out here in the eye.
Let's go.
They run. It's Williams. Trucks throwing.
Oh, man, right throwing.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
You know what? Now and then it pays to take chances in this league. You can't play everything by the book. You're on your own side of the 50, but all you need is a few short yards. And they're able to convert to keep the drive going.
So the offense has it first and 10. One receiver left. That's Allen.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11.
Set. Green. 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. So they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. A good pickup there, a 22. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And Freeman lost the football. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here we go. Over.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he showcased the spin, but couldn't do much else as he's wrangled down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. Deep drop. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like that.
And my goodness, another interception. Ricardo Allen with a pick, and that will write a finish to this ball game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road.
Big hits. Yeah, I won 20-3. Nah, I just seen you get a fumble. First, I seen the. Well, I came up 13-13. What about to be? What you got? 36. You got 32. Yeah. I was gonna tell you all he do is screen passes, but I figured it wasn't gonna be enough to win the game. Like that damn Brock, huh? The play action. He going to work. Damn, 15 carries for 146. He like, fuck it, I'm gonna keep feeding. I kept giving it to Devontae Freeman and them even though they was getting smacked. Oh, you got it? Oh. Well, you got that shit. whooping his ass. And he called me before the game. He called me before the game like I'm about to get my first win off your boy.
Shut up.
I was stretching my leg. We gonna be the next nigga to put in the league.
That's not fucking funny, Charles.
You don't even got the ball on my screen. Hey, why y'all both pick dark jerseys? Look at the other one.
I'm not funny. Oh, you're making me lay in trash places. What? I can't hear you. That's not the case. You only want to do it after I've already fallen asleep, been asleep, and then you want to wake up and do it. No, that's not fun for me.
D calling me, blood. Hello? What's happening? Yeah, I didn't even know. He said, you for sure can't do that. He said you gotta switch it up a little bit, man. You can't run the same play the whole game. Oh, he said you ain't switching it up.
What are you doing?
No, he's saying, don't, oh, who was that running back you threw that screen pass to? He had wheels. Who was that running back you threw that screen pass? Oh, shit. Who was that running back you threw it to?
That's just one that I picked up from I think that nigga from the Bengals or something.
That nigga fast. I thought he was a score touchdown.
That's the fastest nigga on my team. I'm impressed with you. Real quick, let me see. You see my cornerbacks get
Nah, I only seen the second half. I thought it was a good. I thought it was a good game, man. It was 13-13 when I turned it. Who you gonna quarterback with if you release Blake Bortles? If you release Blake Bortles, who gonna throw the ball? I can't see it yet. It's about to come up. But he playing like that because of his confidence. You gotta build his confidence back up. I think you threw that pass a little late, man. And money team at yeah, if you was throwing it to the black jerseys, maybe you thought that black jersey was a blue jersey. I seen this shit. I said, why both of these niggas got on dark jerseys? Hey, you know the away team supposed to wear white though. You know that, right? He said, I left my shit exactly how it was. He averaged 5 picks a game. You throwing it to the wrong receiver. I'm talking about you throwing it to them when they not open. That's why the other team catching it. I was about to say, I remember I had Blake Bortles before. I think he got a 90-something throwing power. Just hang in there, man. You gonna get it together. I tried to give you lessons. You don't want you think your pride in the way. I keep telling you it's your pride, bro. But for $2.99, we can take Madden lessons from 11 to 12 every night, boy. $2.99 a session. Nah, he said he said you what he didn't say you was running the same play. He said you kept picking the same formation. He quit. Because he cut his PlayStation off. He said Blake Bortles averaged 5 a game on the season. Did you do your training before your game? You pick what players to train, right? Yeah, but you do auto, but you gotta pick who it train. Make sure it train your young niggas, cause sometimes it'll train some old niggas that's about to retire. And you only want to get the young niggas. I've been doing it wrong all this time too. You could pick the same formation for sure. You could run it back to back. I didn't pick the play, went to the huddle, and came back and picked the same exact play against the commissioner. You just if it's a money play, you can't just keep doing it. And I think they. But I think they took money plays out of Madden. I ain't seen a money play all year. It don't matter. You can run the same route. It's only 8 things. It's only like 8 things you can hot route to. So what they expect you to do? I think he mad you got 2 wins on the city. No, push circle. Yeah, stack that shit. You don't want to spend that. That ain't a lot. And plus, you don't want to spend it on that. How old is that nigga? Yeah, he 28. All this shit hella expensive anyway. You want to get as much as you can. That's fucked up too. The nigga you was supposed to beat, he gonna quit the league too. I don't be holding it. I just didn't want to know. Hell yeah. Not all the time though. It used to do that shit. I don't know. I think it just be when I play different niggas, my shit act different. I'm about to make up some number and call Kun like, yeah, man, the Wii U costs $100 used, man. How much you gonna sell it to me for? Cause if you want more than that, I might as well buy it from them and get my warranty.